right, cool. All right, cool. Welcome. Good evening. I have this great panelist on this hangout today. We're gonna just drop some value bombs for you guys. It's basically what we're gonna be talking about is how we've been growing our business the last I guess few weeks, few months, some strategies that have been working, and hopefully you can take one or two of them two of the nuggets that we share on this hangout, and hopefully it can work for you as well. I'll introduce myself first, and then I will let the other two introduce themselves. My name is Jay Warren. If it's the first time you hear my voice, first time seeing me, welcome to this webinar. What I do is I am a network marketer. I do teach online marketing, internet marketing, but affiliate marketing. But I do classify myself as a network marketer, and I help people, get more leads and sales for their business. I do have a background in professional basketball, so I do actually get on the court every now and again, and that's another passion of mine that we can talk about on another day. The two panelists I have with me, they are people I've been working with closely for wow, it's been almost 2 years now, and I think 3 years for you, Tim. I mean, it's been a while. So we've been working together close, behind the lab, behind the curtain in the lab together, and so a lot of the things that we're going to share with you guys. And it's been 2 years for us too, right, Aladrima? It's been about 2 years. I don't think it's been.
I don't know if it's been 2 years. I know it's been a little bit over one, for sure.
Over one, okay, all right. So it's coming. That might be a little bit over one, coming up on two. It's just time just flies. So you just
I know.
When you're behind the curtain working, you forget about the time. It doesn't stop for anybody, right? So
right.
So Aladrima, I'll let you introduce yourself, and then we'll give the floor to Mr. Hawaii over there, and then we'll get into the training.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my name is Aldrima. They call me Coach Dreamer, and I basically help entrepreneurs and service-based entrepreneurs, the coaches, people who have, people are speakers, entrepreneurs who have service-based business. I help them to leverage their time by creating systems and leverage their, so that they can create businesses and stuff. So pretty much I help them to save time, leverage their time, systems, and resources so that they can create businesses. And that's pretty simple. I mean, I love systems, and I love optimizing, helping people to optimize their time.
And that's where exactly we're going to be talking about today. We're talking about a lot of systems, and how to use systems to leverage your time. So, Mr. Hawaii, the floor is yours.
Mr. Hawaii. Okay. Hey guys, how you doing? Tim Bolden out here in Hawaii, right? As Jay has mentioned here. It's probably a little earlier here. I was trying to block out on all that sun rays coming in from the background here. I was trying to, but it's still going to make it in a little bit here. But hey, I really appreciate Jay allowing me to kind of participate here with him today. This is a great panel. These guys have been online here for a little bit. Getting leads is the name of the game, and any little insight that I can help to pass on, I'm more than willing. So just a little bit of background for me is that I'm actually I can say former service member now. 25 years of active duty and reserves in the Navy, and now I'm actually taking some of those skills and employing those into now online services here. So with MLSP, there's a couple other tools that I use as well. In addition to marketing myself, and as Jay, I know he's going to be talking about, and if you've been on any of his webinars, you've heard the U Inc. So I'm doing the U, or say Me Inc. And then in addition to that, I have a magazine that I'm developing here in Hawaii, so Urban Hawaii magazine and travel guide. So again, the marketing portion is still there's a baseline for that, and across any industry. So I think that's what's really important. And as you're getting this knowledge, think about equating that to anything you do, whether it is connected to your personal business, a company that you're connected to, or it is maybe an MLM that you're in here. And I think Adrima's white boxed there, Jay. So I don't know if it's not flipping a little bit. Um, so the audio. So those are the things that we're going to be talking about here today. So I mean, I'm going to be taking my notes as well as Adrima and Jay, talk about what's going on. And again, I'll just jump in, when I can here, because I systems and tools. Jay talks to me. I'm the small biz tool guy, the tools guy. That's me. He'll hit me up at different times and ask me questions about some of that stuff there. So I'm excited. Let's roll.
Yeah, we just appointed him. We were talking about his new name is Tim the Tool Man Bolden.
I love that.
So he has been appointed the new tool man, the small business guy tool man, and and we're talking about building unique. And he did hit a couple points on that. Like this is really what it's about, guys. It's about building unique. It's we're at whatever business that you're in. MLM, brick and mortar, coaching, whatever business that you're in, you have to build unique. Tim touched on a little bit about marketing and that baseline. And a lot of times why people go out of business is because they're not marketing. If people don't know who you are, people don't know what you're doing, if people know what type of business your business that you're in, your product, your service, your opportunity, and you're not getting that in front of eyeballs, then and you're not generating leads, then you're going to go out of business, because you need people to know what you're doing. You need people to know what your service is. You need to know people what your product is. And, ultimately, if you have an MLM, you need to know people to know what your MLM company is too. And, the things we're going to go over and we're talking about, excuse me, we're going to talk about is, about, lead generation and how we use, systems like MLSP to, generate leads for our business, daily. Because what happens is, the old school method, especially, and I'm going to get on the network marketing side for a little bit. The old school method, does it work? Absolutely, it does work. I'm not against the old school method. I encourage prospecting because it does help you with your communication and helps you learn how to talk to people and listen to people and see what their wants, needs, desires are. But I'll highly suggest that you learn marketing as well, and that's the problem with network marketers. They are not learning marketing, and that's why they are turning a lot of people off, because they're not taking the time to learn marketing so people can actually reach out and talk to them about their business. It's just basic attraction marketing principles that you can start using in your business today. With MLSP, you can start using that stuff today and start generating leads and start giving value to your prospects, and then they'll know, like, and trust you, a lot faster than if you're just trying to pitch, and you come off like the used car salesman guy, and people are not returning your phone call. So that's kind of the spill on that. So let's dive into the training. So we were just talking about, before we got on the webinar, we were talking about CRMs, and I'll share my story, and then you guys can kind of dive in, and share you guys' experience with the CRM. So if you're not familiar with the CRM is a customer relationship manager. It's a great tool and a great resource for any business. When you are building a list, and that's essentially what you're doing online. You're building a list, you're building a relationship with that list, and then you market to that list. That's it. That's the big secret that that's online that nobody wants to tell you. That's the secret. You build your list, you build a relationship with that list, so they know how great you are, how much value you're providing to them, and you just market to that list and you market your product or service. But the problem is that a lot of people, they're not doing a lot of targeting, and we won't get into that today. But and they're not. You have to make sure that people on your list are your target prospects. So anyway, so back to the CRM. So CRM is it's a resource where you are, you're engaging your list. You're taking notes of your conversation, last time you spoke with people, and it works in any industry. I was on the phone with a gentleman probably about 3 days ago, and what happened is he was asking, about MLSP, and I, told him, hey, if you're trying to market online, this is a system to use, and guys, it really is a system to use. I'm not. I've been a part of this community for years now. I mean, it's been about 5 years. Well, about 4 years. About 4 years I've been part of this community now, and I haven't went anywhere else because they have everything underneath this one umbrella, everything underneath this one resource. So, no, so I'll get back to the story. So anyway, I was telling him about how you can generate leads online for you, and he was in real estate for his real estate business, and he was asking a lot of questions. I was like, well, don't you have a list of people in your real estate? And then I suggested him to the CRM. So when he looked at the CRM, he was like, oh, okay, it makes sense. So MLSP is not just for the network marketing industry. That's we do target a lot of network marketing because a lot of people in the home-based business industry, they do not know how to use the internet and market the internet online. But it is for every other business industry. And Jim actually, she has, we were talking about this, offline a little bit about the CRM. Did you want to give your feedback on the CRM, Jim?
Yeah, absolutely. Can you hear me okay, or is it an echo?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you fine.
Yeah, the CRM is amazing. Like I think when we were talking a little bit earlier, that what I've done is when I have people attend my webinar, I'm able to connect those people to my list and the CRM. And so I'm really able to kind of track whether or not I should call them, or whether or not I'm emailing them. I mean, it's a great tool to manage different aspects of your business. So I'm managing that. CRM helps me to manage my email lists as well as people that I talk to in person and things like that, because it's kind of all connected. So yeah, it's a great tool.
Absolutely. Tim, you want to give your feedback on the CRM? You're muted. Still muted. Still muted. So Tim doesn't want to get his feedback on the CRM. Are you still muted? Yeah, I think you're still muted. You're still muted. It's all right. It's all good. So we'll come back. Hold on. Did you say something? Oh, I thought I heard something. Okay. No, we'll come back to you, Tim. Sorry about that, man. We'll come back to you while you the tool guy gets his technical difficulties taken care of. I like teasing Tim. That's my man right there. That's my man. So also with MLSP, and you definitely need to get this. Tim, because I definitely want the feedback on this. So we gotta get your audio fixed. It's called the funnelizer. And the funnelizer is basically where you can create your own funnels. And this is huge about branding yourself. I mean, this is, probably, I mean, how do I say this without being over hypey? I just think that this is the way that you separate yourself from your competition, and it's about building you Inc. And it's just a perfect way to brand yourself. I mean, it really is, because you can create with Funnelizer inside MLSP. You can basically create a funnel, with whatever product that you're selling. It could be an info product, it could be your MLM product, it could be your coaching service, whatever it is that you are selling. With the Funnelizer, you can, basically create this funnel to brand you on the internet. Because, and like I said, all this is underneath one umbrella. A lot of times, there's programs where they say, here, get this, but then you got to go over here and get this, and you got to go here and get this, and you're trying to put it together in this 1,000 pieces. There we go. So you'll be the first one to talk about the finalizer now, Tim.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's very, and if you can, Tim, I don't know if you have your funnel ready for your urban Hawaii, but if you can show that example, that would be great because that can show the people how how finalize how you basically create this funnel off any business that you're in. It doesn't have to. I mean, it's not just about network marketing. It's not just about a product, an info product that you're selling. It could work for anything. It could work for anything that you that you want to promote. So go ahead. Are you on mute again? All right, Alabama, you want to go while Tim gets his mic fixed?
I think he's back.
There we go.
No.
There we go. Sorry.
Oh, you know what? My oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna have words after this, there, Jay. Here, you know.
No, it's all love, baby. It's all love.
I know it. I know it. I know it. Jay's makes some really good points, and I know as we are talking about MLSP, with the products that they do have, the CRM, there you go. Thanks. The CRM, and also with the funnelizer, and basically that's a funnel. I mean, if you guys haven't heard of that, there's multiple tools out there, but what's great is that MLSP does put it together. So just like just like Jay was talking about before, what's great about it is multiple industries, right? It doesn't matter what industry you're in, you can still use this tool, okay? Because it's basically a plug and play. You put in the information you want. I'm going to get you guys an example showing up here and show you guys what my company is using to actually get leads for our magazine, okay? And what's great about it, currently, we're in development for that, but we can still utilize the MLSP funnelizer tool to actually still continue to pull in leads. So when things are active and ready to go, we've already built our list, right? So we use a combination of the funnelizer, also do our promoting, of course, on our Facebook fan page. I'll show you that too to kind of give you an idea of the path that people go through to see kind of what's going on here with this. So I'm logging in as we speak here. I love Jay. So like you said here, it's not, put me on the spot here. This is how we work it here. So I'm gonna have this going here. No problem at all. But and that's why I like it. And Jay said very specifically, he is targeting network marketers. Okay, and there's a lot of people in our space that are doing that. Myself, I do have actually a couple direct sales companies that I'm associated with. I do my marketing just a little bit differently. So I still am building me based off of my some of the companies that I'm associated with. But I use it a little bit differently, and I do have a primary company that I actually use that to actually build my company on that end too. So I'm going to pull this up here for you guys, and you can kind of just get an idea of how this works out here with the different funnels. I think I can actually click get a website up here for you guys to show you what it looks like here. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually just get you guys to my Facebook, my Urban Hawaii fan page. Give you.
Are you trying to share your screen, Tim?
I'm still working on it. I'm getting that.
Okay. I was just making sure. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to pull that up and here shortly. Just a second here. Let me move this over here. Got my screens up here and show that part to you guys there. Give me 1 second. Take over for me for just a second, Jay, and then I'll get these up and then I'll be ready to roll.
All right, cool. So, Aladrima, you want to share your experience with the finalizer? I know you've been going around, maybe. Well, you can just share your experience and what you share behind the curtains, and how you want to use it moving forward in your business.
Yeah, well, I've been playing with it a little bit, and and just, so that people, know that I'm a little bit, I'm the newbie in the group. And so, but I've been playing with it a little bit. I just haven't completed my funnel yet. But the little bit that I've been doing, I can see that it's going to really make a difference in terms of, getting people through the process, the offers and things like that. But I just haven't had a chance to finish, what I was doing. But I can see that it's definitely going to be a tool that I can use in my coaching business, because there are products that MLSP, have, that's going to, that I feel will complement it. And even if, I don't do that, I mean, I can use my own products, my webinars and things like that, to create that funnel. So, I mean, you can, the sky's the limit as far as, the funnelizer is concerned. So, I mean, I love it, the little bit that I've been, playing with it so far.
Yeah, and she talks about oh, cool, you got it up. And, yeah, and she talks about, she hit a few points there that I want to let you guys know about. So obviously she's talking about her coaching business, which obviously that's her baby. That's what she's building. But she's also talking about how she can plug in MLSP's products to her coaching business if she didn't want to promote her products. She has her products too, and she can create funnels around her products as well. But also, if she wanted to create different funnels in her coaching business and plug in MLSP products, she has that option. So I mean, she's thinking outside the box. A lot. And that's the thing. With a lot of times people are like, do it this way, this way, this way, this way. You can be as creative as possible. Now, with that being said, we're not saying go out there and do things outside of order. There still is a system that a systematic way you got to a plan, a blueprint that you got to follow. But when you get that blueprint in place, and that's what's important. Once you have a blueprint in place, then that's when you can get creative. A lot of times people want to get creative and they don't have a blueprint. With MLSP, you have a blueprint. So there's a step-by-step on how to do it, and they've created stuff for you that this is the way to do it. With that being said, you can, once you get the step-by-step on how to do it, and exactly, this is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3, 4, 5, and on, then all of a sudden then you can start adding your creativity to, like, oh, you know what, I can do this, or you know what, I can do this right here. So the skies really are the limit. There is no ceiling, when you're building a funnel or anything online, but there is some steps you have to follow so you can understand those principles and then start adding your creativity and adding you to it. So, Tim, are you ready?
Yeah, I think he's on mute.
Is he on mute? Okay, Tim.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Testing 1, 2.
We hear you. We hear you.
All right, loud and clear, loud and clear. Okay, guys. All right, so what I'm actually going to do, and I'm going to mix it just slightly. Actually, there is a client that we're working on to get. He has a travel company, and what I want to do is actually show you a little bit of what we've been putting together for them. Can you see that screen? Okay, is that coming in pretty good for you? I could probably zoom in maybe one. Okay, great. So again, just like anything else, Urban Hawaii is, we're doing our own branding in that respect. I want to flip over, guys, to right to the example that I've been working on here with one of the clients here, and I'm going to show you the back end of Funnelizer just a little bit, and then we'll move into some of the examples. Okay, so. This is just what makes it just incredible, because all this is built inside of MLSP. I mean, I'm not going to go all the way back out, but can go back in, but you can just see that there's these tools that are kind of plug and play for you. Okay, so what I wanted to show you is actually kind of a result of just a few clicks and kind of getting some things together. I mean, I know I'm probably simplifying that, just a few clicks, but I promised Jay that I'll do a full training on this, and I will do that. So I'll give you some more details on that. Okay, but here's here's one thing. Here's a kind of example of a working funnel. Okay, so right now, this gentleman's looking at doing basically a cruise. So it's basically a island tour that takes you to Maui, and it just educates you on just kind of there's some origins of African Americans in Maui. And so he gave me kind of a three-sheet idea of just a list of items. I took that and I converted it, used some imagery, and then again you can just see put the email address in there, learn more, and then that will move them. Now here's one thing that this is kind of a quick strategy in line with this, and Jay's probably picking up on it pretty. Both Jay here and Adrima's picking this up. That you see this little bonus piece pop up right here on the side, right? So these are things that just kind of entice people to actually submit an email address and learn more. So this is a combination of networking too with different companies, and this is a preview of our business, our Urban Wide magazine that we're promoting as well, right? So after they click that, are you guys still copying me? I'm pretty good here. Still hearing me fine?
Yep.
Okay, great. So the next piece that this goes to, that's the Big Island tour, and then it goes to this other area here. I have to put it in the email address here. Let me see if we get to the main deal here. And so we'll get you to what they call the sales page, right? So put your information in here. It captures it in what? That CRM, right? That we were just talking about earlier, right? After the email goes in here, so you can follow up with people. After that goes in, but then it will send them also to an additional page, right? So Jay, again, you got to start do some training on some copy and how to attract people based on some of the verbiage and text and things like that. Imagery here, this is my business partner here in Hawaii. Just talking about the Big Island Film Festival and the tour, and then you just put in content of information here, right? But yeah, all this is built into. This is plug and play for me. Okay, there's a space I can plug in this image. There's a space I can change the text, right? And I'll go into the back office just a little bit so you can see the mechanics of it. But I want you to see the full product, the end result, and then we'll backtrack. Okay, so here's the people that are running this program here. We still got to make some edits and things like that. But this gives you an idea of, and that looks like, oh man, how do you do that? All the HTML and all these imageries and the images and the pictures you got to put together, and it seems really, really pretty complex, right? So let me what I wanted to do is just kind of give you an example of the editing tools in here, and I'll just make this quick here. We'll go to editing at that one page here. Let's see what we got popped up here. Okay, right. So this is the editing tool. Okay, if there's a section that you really don't want to use, you don't want to actually edit, there's tools in here that will allow you to suppress the content, right? And that wouldn't be good. There's nothing in there, right? So,
Tim. Maybe we should just hold that off on the training.
Okay, cool. Yeah, all right.
I know. I mean, right now, you could go. I mean, we've done webinars together. I know you can send them down, this road, and
that's
then
right.
know where to go. So we may want to just save that for when we do a training. You can just break it down for them, but.
Jay knows me well. We can I was about to launch right there. So.
Yeah. But that's great though. I mean, and that capture page. I mean, that's sexy. I mean, that's for a different company. I mean, that's for his business. That's for his brand, and he's able to do that with MLSP. Obviously he's building that company. He's building that brand, and he's able to create that, like you said, in like 2 clicks. I mean, he has a lead capture page where he's basically where he has a giveaway, and on top of that he has an offer, and he's sending them some information to their email. So, and he's capturing the lead, and he's able to market to that lead too. So I mean, just right there, just the funnelizer I mean, it kind of speaks for itself. You know, I mean, that could, you know, I mean, if you were a member of MLSP and you just used that, you got your money's worth. You know, honestly, you really, really did. So,
Absolutely.
we'll touch on this last topic a little bit, and it's blogging. It's the blogging MLSP sites that they've integrated this past year. I guess it's almost been a year. So, you know, we went over the CRM, we talked about the funnelizer, now we're going to talk a little bit about the blogging, and then we will wrap it up. So blogging is, you know, obviously been a huge thing from our business. I mean, I really love to create content, and I love to blog, and I like to teach blogging as well. But if you know, when you're talking to people and they are talking about, hey, they want to get their website up, or hey, you know, where do I start, or you know, where do I go with blogging or anything like that? MLSP is a great way to, you know, send people to that, and you know, so they can get started on a blog, because you know, a lot of times with you know, WordPress is very user friendly. Some people might not agree with that, but WordPress, you know, it's very, very user friendly. And to set up your blog, it's literally like 2 or 3 clicks in. You know, Alabama, you just set yours up, so you can, you know, you can kind of give a testimony on, you know, she says she's new, so she can give her testimony about how she set her blog up.
Well, yeah, what I did was, because I had it on WordPress, and it was just a simple process, you know, to download my content that I had on WordPress, and then import my site into the MLSP blog site, and that probably took about, you know, 15 minutes, if not less than that. It was just such a simple process. You know, I can't believe I didn't do it before, you know, before I did. But yeah, so it's been up and running, and you know.
So how much experience have you had with websites to be able to set up a blog in 15 minutes? Just curious.
Well, now I taught myself WordPress, and so, you know, so I was already kind of familiar, you know, with it. But even if I hadn't done that, I mean, it still was, you know, such a simple process. I wished I could have started with that before, you know, teaching having to go through the process of teaching myself, you know, the other, you know, the old way. So yeah, and you know, I catch on pretty quick when it comes to that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, it was a pretty easy process, and so, you know, I was up and running, ready to go. So every week I got a new blog coming out, you know.
See, and that, I mean, so, and I agree. I can totally agree with you as far as I wish this was out when I had started 4 or 5 years ago, because I don't know how long. Because this is what happened. This is what happens, honestly. Because I've experienced, and I speak with people who experience it as well. So what ends up happening is that when everybody's like, hey, I need a website. I want to, you know, I want to promote my business. I want to put myself to the world. I need a website. I need a website. And you know, that's great in theory. And what I mean by that is that, you know, what a lot of times people do is that they'll go out there, they'll see, you know, they'll take all this piece of information on the internet, they'll try to paste it together, and they'll try to create a blog. And what I mean is that, okay, let me go get something from WordPress. Okay, I need a host, so let me go to HostGator. Okay, all right, I need a domain name. Okay, so I'll go to GoDaddy. Okay, now I have all this stuff. Now, how do I put all this stuff together? And with MLSP, you don't need to do any of that. You know, the hosting's already there when you're a member. I would highly suggest you do get a domain name, you know, for your website. And if you have a website already, there is training back there, which is, I don't know, probably about, it's like a 4-minute training or something like that, where if you wanted to transfer your, you know, export your old blog to this right here, there's a 4-minute training on basically 2 steps on how to do that. So, you know, I mean, even if you're not technically inclined, because I tell everybody all the time, I'm not a tech guy. You know, if you want a tech guy, there's my man Tim right there. He'll hook you up. He can put you down. I'm not a tech guy. I'm a marketing guy. I can help you market your business. You know, and that, you know, because to me, that's where I get my bread and butter. Marketing and helping people market. That's where that's how I make my money. So if you need a tech guy, you need go to Tim. If you need somebody to put something together for you, organize your business. There's Aldrima. She'll hold you down. But if you call me for tech, you're calling the wrong person. I'm just telling you right now. I'm not going to be able to do it for you. So,
Jay, I add to that. Can you guys hear me? Okay?
Please.
Yeah. Too. I would add to that. When you do have a specific talent that you can focus on, it's great and you can leverage it. So, and this is why it's important that we make these connections, right? We have a story ourselves, when we met and stuff like that. So we're able to leverage some of our talents. I think what's really great about it is that, this company they have taken the tech out of the tech to a degree, right? But if you do have some additional skills, it just moves it to a different level, right? I mean, all the stuff that I put together for that, it was still pretty much a clean operation to put those items in there because the framework is already there, right? So they've taken out the meat of actually they put there the structure, right? They put everything together, and now you just need to throw the meat on that, right? So they have taken some of that out, and then with the organization there, with Adrena has, the CRM. I mean, it's put that together for you. So I'm sure she has some skills in her background that just elevates it to a different level, right? Me, blogs. Yeah, I don't, blogs is something that, I go straight to Jay to talk about that, because he's been in that game for much, much longer than me, and I go to him. And so that's where the community portion comes into play also with this company. And I'm, the reason why I stick with this company is because you don't get pigeonholed in one area, right? If you are doing direct sales, MLMs, you can do that. If you have some other things, you can plug that in there too. But I think the bottom line I was saying when we talk about the tech portion of it is that the company has actually, removed a lot of that. And so whatever you know now, it just enhances any element in there. And you will find your voice, you will find your space, you'll find your area of expertise that you can elevate and help others, get you to that next level too as well. So I just wanted to make that comment.
Awesome. Yeah. Did you want to add anything else, Aldrima? You're on mute.
We got it.
There we go. Yeah. No, I mean, you pretty much said it. I mean, the infrastructure is already there. And so when you start to just kind of dive in, it actually is fun to me, to kind of dive in and I get all excited about, what it can do. I mean, it's just kind of like, driving a new car. You get in there and you see all these little bells and whistles and, I mean, and I'm not even a car person, but, you just kind of get in there and you see all these little bells and whistles and you just kind of, get all excited about, the power of it, and what it can do for you, because we as entrepreneurs and business owners, we get bogged down with all the little busyness and all the busy stuff, and we just don't realize the power that that this system has and can free up your time, where you can do things like, I'm going to get to Hawaii soon. I'm telling you, Tim, my husband and I, we're going to get there. But the thing about it is just being able to free up your time once you kind of play around with it, get some things in place, and start to build your business and stuff. I mean, it's just like a well-oiled machine. And I think I told Tim that, not Tim, Jay, we were talking one time, and I said, it was just a light bulb went off. Because I was sitting on it for a while. I sat on MLSP for about 7 months before I even started doing anything. And then all of a sudden a light bulb went off, and I think I inboxed Jay. I was like, a light bulb just went off, and I just realized the power in it. The power that the infrastructure already being there, that it that it gives you, in order to create a business, and leveraging your time, and the systems and all that stuff is there. So it's I can't say enough about it at this point, and I haven't even done everything yet. So
Well, and you hit some points there, like you know people do business who they know, like, and trust, but tools build businesses, systems build businesses. That's why when you go to McDonald's, you see a 15-year-old running, 15-year-old at the checkout, and maybe a 18-year-old or manager or something like that. And the reason why it's like that is because they're plugged into a system. Systems is what's going to help you build your business. And you mentioned it, because yes, we are entrepreneurs. Yes, we want to make money, but what's most important to us is time.
exactly.
Time is you want to have the time to do whatever you want, and if you have a system that you can actually plug in that can leverage your time, where you can put more time into money making activities, or you're at a certain income level where you just want to go travel the world for 6 months or a year, go to Hawaii and visit Tim, and hang out at one of those islands that go on a tour with Urban Hawaii. I mean, you can do that. That's what you can actually do. When you have that time, when you have when you use a system that can leverage your time. So, so that's just the power of MLSP, guys. I mean, it really is. I was in a similar as Aladrima. I sat on the MLSP for a little bit, but after I went to the first event, boom, I just started taking action. I just started taking massive action. And a lot of people, they think that slowing down is going to help them build a business, and it's not. Once you start taking action, take massive action, that's when you start seeing results. That's when you start seeing light bulbs going off. That's why you start seeing more people attracted to you. That's when you start seeing, like, hey, what is it? Your business is again? It's when you take massive action. If you're not taking action, then, don't expect results. I mean, that's just how it is. So, guys, we'll wrap this up. I know we're coming up on an hour. We can close it out. Did y'all have anything else to say? Jeremy, you want to go first?
No, I mean, I said no, and then I started talking. I mean, I just think it's an awesome system that allows you to create a real business. And so, we're all, trying to make, money, and, and doing what we do. But, just like you were saying, you don't have a business until it's something that you can walk away from and still make money while you're in Hawaii, or while you're, asleep or whatever. And that's what the power of what MLSP can do for you, and it does take action. Now it doesn't do everything. You got to work. You got to work at it. If in any business, you got to work at it. But once you put the pieces together, and do what you need to do, it'll work for you. So, yeah.
All right, Mr. Hawaii.
Yeah. So I want to touch on two items here, and it's the leverage portion of it, and then I know there's a couple other things you were talking about here. I want to we talk about that leverage part. And then we talk about with the systems and the tools, and also the overwhelm. Okay, so leverage and overwhelm. So the overwhelm, and I know after we listen to some of the webinars, and if you plug into the MLSP system and listen to other leaders, you always hear them talk about people that are coming in there new, they're talking about they're overwhelmed by all these tools, all the training back there. So Jay touched on it himself about massive action. It's hard for you to get in there. If you're overwhelmed, that means you need to start taking action, because your brain can only concentrate and focus on specific items and that's only in the mode when you're taking action, right? So you need to start implementing, because that means you're full. You have to, so right, the cup, your cup is full, so you got to empty it. You only empty it with action, right? You're filling up with this knowledge. The knowledge is your cup is and it's full. So now you need to pour it out and then you need to implement it. You got to do something, right? So that's kind of a quick analogy with regard to that. Now, another thing that I really like and appreciate with the system here is the leverage portion of it, right? And so as you come into the system, you are going to start to stack your information that you're putting out into the community, via different tools of Facebook and then Twitter or some other with the videos. And so one thing that I'm really appreciating about the system that's different, like when you're when you're doing kind of 95 in my case, with military, is that when you leave out of the day when you leave, you're coming back and you're doing the same thing the next day, right? The same thing. And now, of course, things that we're doing is extremely important and affects, our protection of the nation and things like that. But in this game here, in this situation now, when you put that blog out, it stays, it sticks, okay? And so people can come back and research that if they hear about you, and and then they can come back here and see things that you've done, right? That's where your leverage starts to come into play. So someone like Jay that's had blogs for a few years here now, think of how much is working for him now. It's working on its own. So we talk about when you take those trips and you're out there with the family and doing things like that. You have those items out there working for you. So those are the leverage and stacking. Okay, and then there's a tipping point, right? So now it's back to analogy here. Once you start stacking these blocks up, at some point something's going to start to tip, right? There's so much weight, there's so much input, there's so much knowledge, there's so much content that you put out there, right? And now that's being populated into the the internet, and people are researching and finding you. It starts to tip over. It starts to tip, and that tip. That's when you start to come into in the profit mode, right? And the extreme elements that are happening, and everybody feels those tipping points at different time, right? And we have, as me and Jay were, we were grateful enough. I'm glad he was there too. We both were able to get on the stage, last year, at the same time here, picking up an awards, and so there was a small tipping point there, and now that one's over, it just goes a little bit higher, and then the reward's a little bit higher, right? So I hope that makes sense here, but that's kind of how I kind of put that together, how I see it.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, and that was a great analogy about emptying your cup, emptying your. That's brilliant, because that's exactly what it is. I mean, if you're not taking action, you're not emptying your mind, then how are you going to be able to move forward with more weight or more knowledge on the back and in your mind? So cool. So let's wrap it up. If you guys do want to get if you guys are trying to look to become a member of MLSP, there'll be a link. If you're not with us live, there'll be a link below this video, or get back to the person who invited you to this. You can reach out to.
All right. So you guys, you can reach out to me. You can see the information here down there, of course. And Aldrima, she's got information, and I'm sure Jay's going to put some more content in the bottom here for you guys there. So it's there you go. So
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. So definitely get connected with both these great entrepreneurs. That they can help you break down MLSP and lead you in the right direction. Or like I say, there'll be a link below this video. You can click the link below this video, put your information in, learn more about MLSP, and one of us will get in contact with you and walk you through the steps and share with you how you can start leveraging as well and start building your business smarter, not just working hard, but start working smarter in your business. So I'll wrap it up with that. Guys, always a pleasure. I'm very grateful for you guys. You guys, always bring the value. drop some nuggets there. Hopefully,
Thank you, Jay.
taking some
Thank you.
notes, taking some notes from you guys. And this webinar's a wrap. So I'll catch you guys later.
All right.
Aloha.
All right. Aloha.
Aloha.